Hey y'all. Um, Today is Monday, March 2nd, and I'm here with a reading and a message. I just got back from the gym and I gotta go back to work today. So, yippee me. All right, so this is not gonna be long. Well, not my kind of long, and because I gotta start getting ready for work ASAP. But I have my cards. I just shuffle and I don't have as many cards as typical. I just have four, three tarot cards and one oracle card. So starting off, I have the Queen of Swords. Well, let me start with the message that's been coming to me this morning. It's this message of like, it's a concept of alignment, and it's coming to me as well, also alignment and a need for embracing clarity over confusion. In the religious context, confusion comes from the devil, right? Confusion is not helpful. Confusion is when you're lost. It is not good to be lost, right? Especially when you're independent, self-sufficient. Uh, you have to know where you're going. You gotta know yourself. Even Jesus said, "My people perish for a lack of knowledge." Knowledge of what? Knowledge of thyself, because there's the other scripture that says, "Know thyself." So, lack of knowledge of thyself, lack of knowledge of where you are, who's around you, right? Um, all of that. So it's important to, even like Beyonce said, to get information, to be informed. Okay, so which is interesting because that does align with the Queen of Swords card. That is a card of an energy of knowledge, intelligence, right? So there was a message that was coming through that says, know with your mind what you desire in your heart. So again, this concept of alignment, this was coming to me even before I went to the gym in terms of the sun and the sun energy in alignment with moon energy. And this is interesting because in my astrological chart, my sun and my moon do sextile, which means they have a good relationship with one another. Like they're in tune. So that typically what I feel in my heart and what I think in my mind, they're going to be on the same page, which is a great privilege and benefit to have because I do experience being split in other ways, but my feelings and my thoughts are usually on one accord. So, um, and that was coming to me this morning, like this thing of alignment with the sun energy and the moon energy, your assertive energy and the energy you hold within. Okay, so with that, I feel like these cards are backing up this message. So I have the Queen of Swords, so we have this character, and also, yeah, this character of this leader, um, this woman leader. I want to say woman king, especially looking at the card, and she's on the throne with a crown and sort of she's making decisions, she's directing, she is letting folks know where to go, where they can go, which is funny because right next to that I do have the Eight of Cups card upright, and so it's funny because the Queen of Swords, she is facing like her energy is going in the direction of the Eight of Cups card, which has a person on there walking away. So I almost feel like it's like this Queen of Swords giving somebody their orders to like go away from me, or go away. And that's funny because I was having that thought even yesterday, just go away, go away. Um, but if I'm gonna link those two together, then I think it's significant to also look at the card next to the Eight of Cups, which is the Ace of Cups. Um, so even yesterday, I was bringing up that mess. I was bringing up that, or getting that message of go away, um, and more like get out of the way, get out of the way. Um, but I also, mm, so Ace of Cups is like new love, right? So the Eight of Cups card, yeah, it's like somebody is getting out of the way, because they're leaving these cups behind. And so I feel like with these Eight of Cups being left behind, um, this person having to leave these Eight of Cups behind, when you add another cup to that, that's the Nine of Cups. And Nine of Cups is about singlehood, independent, and it's like emotional independence. I was wanting to say emotional intelligence, but what came out was emotional independence, which I'm loving that because looking from my own perspective of my own life, as an example, we're now officially in Mercury retrograde. Um, and I feel like for myself, and I know many others who are aware and in touch with the divine and the cosmic energies, um, we're bracing ourselves. Bracing ourselves for um, the Mercury retrograde energy. For myself, I take it as a test, an upcoming test, um, basically holding my ground, basically knowing again what it is that I want, knowing with my mind what it is that I want and desire in my heart. The heart is the wellspring of life. From your heart is where you manifest. I feel like, hmm, it's coming to me. I feel like if your heart is where all the water of desires and your wants and your needs, everything that is meant for you is contained in the waters of your heart, the energy of your heart, then I feel like your mindset, your mind, your thoughts, um, all of that energy, that's like the bucket that you get to utilize to um, bring up the water from the well and drink, because you can't just dive into the well, contaminate the water. It has to remain protected and clean, so that the water is fresh and uncontaminated. But now, in order for you to benefit from that energy in your clean heart, you can utilize the tools of your mind, your thoughts, to um, to gain from it, to receive, right? To activate, to put that energy to use, to put that energy to use for yourself. And so I feel like for that reason, we have to know with our minds what it is we desire in our hearts. That is why I feel like the concept of manifestation oftentimes for me is like kind of like BS a bit. And maybe not for everybody, but perhaps some of us are here with particular purposes so that you can want, you can think you want something all day long, but really you're going off of what's being projected onto you that you want. Maybe because you watch too much TV, you're taking in too much of these ideas from TV, from music, from social media. You're not tapping into your own heart. You're going off of what you see around you and saying, I want that, when that might not be the case. And also, in my experience, I've learned very, 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 I've learned this in a way where nobody can take this lesson from me ever. Um, that we don't always know what's best for us. So we might want something. You might think you want something. When you're thinking that you want something, you're that's a problem. That's not clarity, right? I think I want. No, you have to know that you want. You have to know that you have this desire. You literally possess this desire, and that desire is housed in your heart, your clean heart, right? And you're clear on this. But I know for myself, like, we don't always know what is best for us. For the longest amount of time, I wanted to marry and have a baby with this man that I loved so deeply for over a decade. And he was, eventually, I had to refer to him as the captain of the fuckboy ship. That's what I started calling him. Referring to him as like the captain of the fuckboy ship. He, through him, is what I learned what a fuckboy was, and he was the captain of the ship of fuckboys. Malignant narcissist to no end, but also extremely like talented and charming. So he was like a top-notch narcissist, right? And I was a top-notch empath. And so, for the longest, like I wanted him and I wanted us and I wanted a baby with him. And he was my person. And I remember even making a vision board once, and I had like a wedding ring on there. And I keep this in mind for myself. Like I refer back to that in my mind very often to remind me, like, remember when you thought that's what you wanted? That is not what was best for you. So, and another time, I thought I wanted to switch. Um, I thought I wanted to get this job at this other building, same company, but this other building. And so I interviewed, I didn't get the offer, and it was crazy because I found out everybody that interviewed, like nobody got the offer. Come to find out months later, the building is broken down and everybody there basically loses their job. And it's like all of this damage control that the company is doing to get these folks either rehired somewhere else or giving them severance packages and all that stuff. And I'm like, damn, I was looking to go over there. I thought that's what I wanted. So, something that I have done for myself in terms of like praying or wishing or asserting my desires or my wants, um, is I want what's best for me. And I am not too egotistical to admit that I don't always know what that is. I don't always know what is best for me because, as intuitive and spiritual as I am, I do not refer to myself as a fortune teller, somebody who can tell the future. Now, I can interpret what might happen based on what's happening now, you know, but like that whole building shutting down thing, I didn't foresee that coming. So then when it did, I'm like, damn, I'm glad I didn't get hired to go over here, you know? So when I say I want what's best for me like that, what's best for me is in my heart of is in the energy of my clean water and my clean heart. Like I want what's best for me at the end of the day. I want what's best for me. Um, so anyways, I'm getting Now that's interesting because I'm talking Queen of Swords, I'm talking Swords energy, and I'm talking Cups energy, and yet those are the cards that came out. It's Queen of Swords, which is mental energy, air, and then Eight of Cups and Ace of Cups, which is water energy, heart. So I do feel like there is an alignment occurring with this Queen of Swords, for this Queen of Swords, with this Ace of Cups energy, so long as this disappointment energy is moved out of the way and it's upright. So that means it is being moved out of the way. That means whoever is needing to move up out of the way is moving, because divine alignment is occurring. The sun and the moon, the mind and the heart, um, is in alignment. And clarity is apparent and presence. And so I feel like that's coming through with the storm energy. So there's the storm energy through the oracle card that I got. It's 47. And this card came out not too long ago for another reading that I did recently. And it's 7 and 4, which is the number 47. It's the 47th card. Oh, my stomach hurts. It's the 47th card, and 4 plus 7 equals 11. So I am going to read it again. Uh, So, and what I'm getting is like, it's the energy of a storm coming through to get everything up out of the way in order to align this Queen of Swords with her Ace of Cups. The storm card, the storm messages or the keywords are the chaos, the whirlwind, the disorder. And it says, possessing an energy much like the Tarot's Tower card, the storm undoes all that is. Everything that was solid, known, and relied upon is stripped away by the winds of fate. The ground becomes the sky. You know what's funny? Uh-uh. I was listening back to the reading where this card came out, and I was listening to myself, my silly self. Why did I say? Because I was reading this description. Why did I say the storm undoes? Telling you know I need to get back to reading. The storm undoes all that is. I literally said that and did not correct myself. So, anyways, let me start over. It says, possessing an energy much like the Tarot's Tower card, the storm undoes all that is. Everything that was solid, known, and relied upon is stripped away by the winds of fate. The ground becomes the sky becomes the center, and then the center disappears. The storm is a great equalizer. No matter how far we've come on the path, no matter our age, wealth, or wisdom, we cannot hide from its savage winds. Their disturbing howls stir anxiety and make it impossible to see and think straight. You must wait it out. If you try to fight the storm, you will lose. A better option is to seek temporary shelter and a reliable friend. When all else fails, go within. There, for a moment, you settle into the eye of the storm. And so I'm just getting like there's the energy of a storm coming through in order to get rid of everything that does not any longer belong in the way of cups energy, water energy, love, emotions, feelings, heart, and anything that was around kind of well, it's disappointment. So anything contaminating that space must go, right? It must go. And I'm getting like with the storm coming through in order to make that happen. This is divine justice. This is divine intervention. This is coming down from the skies. You know, this got the goddess energy backing it up. This has source energy, the force of source. The force of source backing it up in order to make sure this occurs, in order to make sure the alignment occurs of the Ace of Cups with the Queen of Swords. So it's like the Queen of Swords has a gift of the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups coming through for her. It is upright, and it just seems like a time has come now of divine alignment and intervention and justice to get um, the whatever doesn't belong, toxicity, contamination, jealousy, envy, betrayal energy. Um, I just get like something just being in the way, like move, like move. You're blocking, you're blocking this um union of Ace of Cups energy for this with this Queen of Swords. Like you're in the way. Like why are you here? It's like somebody who would do something, who would be like that. It would be somebody who is possibly jealous, somebody who is wanting another chance and they've already used up all their chances. Somebody who's unappreciative of all the cups that they did have. Somebody who doesn't respect cups, water energy, heart energy. You know, this lets me know that this Queen of Swords, yes, she's Queen of Swords, so she's sharp in the mind, but she is not. Um, with this Ace of Cups energy, that's basically like adding that on is like allowing her to um also enjoy. I wanted to say promote to Empress energy, like because Empress is all of the Sweets, swords, cups, wands, pentacles. But what I'm being led to say is, you know, a Queen of Swords deserves to have enjoyment as well, deserves to have love as well, especially a Queen of Swords upright. I'm getting a woman of justice, Lady Liberty type shit, you know. So, anyways, I feel like that is what's in the energy today, and I am gonna post this today before I leave for work. So, as opposed to waiting to post it or scheduling for it to be posted, I'm just gonna post it today. Um, and I'm gonna conclude the reading here since it's almost 6:30, and I was giving myself until 6:30. So, um, but yeah, the storm is upon us, upon the energies, the space for this Queen of Swords to receive her Ace of Cups and to remove all that no longer belongs, anything disappointing in the way of heart, energy, and cups of water and love. Love. It's time for the Queen of Swords to reunite with her love energy as she is a lover by nature. Yes, this lover by nature. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna end it here. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, thank you. Have a good day. Bye.